Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. I'm at Houghton House in Bedfordshire. No museum this week, but I thought I'd go to Houghton House, and it's got nothing to do with that shadow person that I caught on camera at the Tilbury Fort in the tunnels. I mean, it was probably just a bit of wind, but no, this place is, again, it's English heritage, the same as Tilbury Fort, but it's local to me. I've been here once before. I find it quite tranquil, and I think it's a beautiful place, very very relaxing. Not many. I mean, I went here on Thursday, so and I was on my way to Milton Keynes anyway, which is why I stopped off here. But I think it's a really beautiful place. Not many people around because it's the end of the summer. I mean, what is it? It's officially autumn today. Because it's the 23rd of September today, so it's officially autumn. So the summer's over. But yeah, this place, I mean, it is known for ghosts. So let me know in the comments below if you see anything suspicious. But I've looked through. I've not seen anything, and that's not the reason I'm here. I'm trying to visit a museum or like a historical site at least once a week. I don't know, because you only live once, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel that you need to make time for yourself and take a step out of the real world, because it's such a horrible place at the moment. But yeah, so this is Houghton House in Ampthill in Bedfordshire. So as I said, it's just down the road. I've only ever been once before. Very beautiful. But my son used to talk about it all the time. He used to go to a childminder. Absolutely fantastic she was. And she moved. Where did she move to? She moved down towards Lincolnshire. That's what Lincolnshire. My plan is to when I finally retire, for real. When I finally retire for real, I plan to retire to Lincolnshire. It's a bit flat, but you get more for your money. And I want to keep chickens. But anyway, yeah, Houghton House. I mean, look at this. It's a beautiful walk up. So it opens at well, as I said, this was Thursday. So it opens at 10 o'clock. Didn't actually. It wasn't open. They hadn't unlocked it. So I jumped over the fence. But yeah, it opens at 10 o'clock. And yeah, it's basically the remains of a 17th century mansion. And honestly, it's breathtaking. I love a little walk around like an abandoned building. And I tell you what, you to kind of experience this beautiful building, you've got to have blue skies. Because there's no roof on it, the blue skies, they just make the difference. Walking around this place with grey, white skies, even though it had been raining, and it did rain later in the day, it's just not the same. So yeah, this was literally the end of the summer, last Thursday, like literally, was it 2 days ago? But yeah, so this was built around 1615 for Mary Dowager, and she was the Countess of Pembroke. So there's loads of history attached to it, and it's yeah, there was a few puddles inside, so I did have to kind of manoeuvre my way around. But I mean, look at it; it's just amazing. So I imagine that this is, well, this is a big part of the building. So I imagine this is the Great Hall. I'm thinking, but I absolutely love it, and it was a hunting lodge. So there's loads of land around it, and if you look through the windows directly in front of you, it's got beautiful views of Bedfordshire, and I think it's either from here. Do you know what? I don't think I did see it. I think it's the actual park. I think it's the Ampthill Park, which again is a beautiful, massive royal park. But you can see the Rebel base. So Yavin 4, you know the studios where they filmed Batman. I've done a video about it. But where they filmed Yavin 4, the sheds, there you can actually see them from the park. I don't know if you can see them. Well, I didn't see them from the actual views from Houghton House, but yeah, this place is honestly breathtaking, and there's loads, because it's English heritage. There's loads of information as you walk around about the different rooms and what the place was used for. But Mary Herbert Dowager, she was the Countess of Pembroke, and she commissioned the construction of Houghton House in 1615, and it was on land granted to her by James I. So yeah, loads of history. And apparently the building was finished in 1621, and James I came to visit her here. So he's been here as well. You get a lot of ghost hunters coming here, saying how cold they feel, and with their spirit boxes and things like that. Honestly, I didn't see anything. I didn't feel anything. Just a lovely, tranquil place. I think it's beautiful. Highly recommended. Mary died soon after James I visited her, and he then granted the estate to Robert Bruce, and he was the Earl of Aylesbury. And he was a key figure in the restoration of Charles II in 1660. I honestly, I love history. You can probably tell by now after, if you watch my Tilbury Fort video. But I love movie locations, but I love history as well. And again, I say this again. That's what I love about the UK. There's just so much historical places to visit. Museums, and also not just man-made, but also natural beauty in the UK, England especially. I'm biased. I love England. I think it's a beautiful country to visit, especially when you go to the coast. Absolutely love it. But this place is beautiful. It was a lovely day. The Bruce family, they occupied the building throughout the year and made several changes to the layout, including See, I don't know if the Great Hall was as you walk in, which I believe it probably was. I don't know for sure. But what they did, there was two original staircases in the turrets of the building when Mary designed it. Well, she had architects when she commissioned it. But the Bruce family, they installed like a grand staircase in the Great Hall, a proper massive staircase. And when the place was pulled apart, the actual staircase was actually sent to a pub. I believe it was a pub in Bedford, and it was the Swan Inn, which I think is. I mean, when I think of a pub called the Swan Inn, I think of like a little old country pub like the Slaughtered Lamb. But I think the Swan Inn is still there, and so's the staircase. But I think it's some kind of like big country type hotel place that, you know, they do wedding functions in, not far from Bedford town centre. So I would like to visit that one day, just to see the staircase, which I'm sure you can, because I'm sure. I mean, I don't even know where it is, but yeah, I'd love to see that. But yeah, I mean that is interesting, that part of, because this was a proper grand house. And there's just nothing left at all. I love this window. I think this window, because I remember when I first saw it, you can always, because I took photos, I think I did a little Instagram reel as well. But this window, I can imagine people on that level looking out the window. And that's what I feel, that's what I see. If there's anything here, it's residual. I don't think there's I don't know. I don't think there's any ghosts here, if I'm honest. I just think it is what it is. It's a great place to just have a wander around and have an explore. I mean, there's so many. I mean, it's such a massive house, and imagine if you could actually go upstairs, if it still had all the levels in there. But yeah, there's so many places to see, and one of the good things is that they. I mean, I'm currently in the lower levels where. I think there's like a kitchen down here, and places like that. Possibly, I mean, I don't know. Possibly like staff quarters as well. But and also you got to remember it was a hunting lodge, so I don't know. There might have been other facilities down here, but they English Heritage have actually built a staircase, so you can actually go downstairs like a wooden staircase, because literally everything was pulled out. The roof, I mean, anything that could be reused or sold on, it was just ripped out of the building when it was dismantled. And it's such a shame. But the thing is, you say it's such a shame, but then would you have the opportunity to walk around? This is the kitchen, I believe. But would you have the opportunity to walk around such a wonderful house if it hadn't been dismantled in this way? But I think it's sad that it happened. But there are so many English heritage sites that you can visit. I mean, obviously you've got to pay. But I don't mind paying. I mean, this is free because there's not really any facilities here. But you had, I think the closest English heritage place near to here would be Rest Park, and I've not been there before. There's gardens. There's loads. Apparently, there's loads of stuff to do. Never been there. Driven past it a few times. I think that's £15 to get in. So it's steep, but the money obviously goes to English Heritage for the upkeep of the place, and it all depends on the size of the actual building or place you're visiting. Because I still think that the Tilbury Fort, £7.50. I think that was a fantastic price. I mean, as I said, I could have stayed there all day. The only thing, I mean, this place has got it's got picnic tables, so you can come here just for a picnic with your family. But one of the things it is missing, definitely a coffee shop, and you know how much I love a gift shop. you could just fit one there in the corner. Have you noticed, talking of gift shops? Have you noticed you can't buy postcards anymore? I find that, I know everything's online now, and you can get digital images. You know, a flick of a button, you can look up this place and you can find anything you want to find. You can look up YouTube. You can it's all there. It's all interactive. But you can't buy postcards anymore, because I think it would be nice to be able to just buy a postcard of this building. Just I don't know. I suppose I'm old school. I'm from a different generation, and the reason I noticed this is because when I was in Legoland Dubai, it's all right. I'm over it now. But when I was in Dubai, I was in the Legoland gift shop, and I must admit, I haven't bought a postcard for years. But I was just looking for some postcards to send out to some people, and they didn't have any at all. And I asked them, and they said, "No, we don't sell postcards." They didn't really sell much kind of Dubai Legoland merch, although I got some really good T-shirts. But anyway, back to Houghton House. Yeah, they also didn't have any postcards when I went to Tilbury Fort, and I would have bought one. I think maybe fridge magnets have kind of taken the place of postcards. Possibly, I don't know. I'm not an expert on fridge magnets or postcards. But anyway, in 1738, the 4th Duke of Bedford, he purchased Houghton House, and his son, the Marquis of Tavistock, he lived there from 1764 until his death in 1767. He died during a hunting accident. So there has been a lot of death kind of associated with this house. But I mean, isn't that everyone's house? I mean, people die and are born on a daily basis. I mean, it's just life, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't think the place is haunted. The reason Houghton House was dismantled was due to the 5th Duke of Bedford. And he rented the house out to one of his neighbours. But one of the stipulations was that he wasn't allowed to just rent out the house. He had to rent out the land that was part of the actual property. And he wasn't happy with this. So he ordered the house to be dismantled. I mean, come on. Talk about throwing your toys out your pram. So he was called Francis Russell. And he was born on the 23rd of July, 1765, and he died on the 2nd of March, 1802. And I've got to be honest. I mean, he was only 36. I remember what I was like, age 36. But I've got to be honest. This Francis Russell, he sound, you know, for ripping the property apart because he couldn't get what he wanted. He sounds a bit of a Francis Russell. He was very much into his horse racing, and he actually established a stud at Woburn Abbey. So he died age 36, and he's actually buried at Bedford Chapel, which is at St Michael's Church, and he never married. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he died of. It's very sad. But yeah, there's a lot of death linked to the house. But as I say, death is linked with everyone's family. It's a fact of life. It doesn't make somewhere haunted, but yeah, you get loads of ghost hunters coming here, and it is I suppose it is. See, the thing is, it's in the middle of nowhere, because to get here you've got to go down it's like a little thin little country lane, and there's a little car park. I think you can only fit like several cars there, and then it's like a short walk to the actual house itself. And yeah, I mean it's beautiful, great views, but it's not the kind of place that you'd want to come at night on your own, if you know what I mean. But yeah, highly recommended. But you know the drill. It's time to get some lunch. And as I said, I was on my way to Milton Keynes, so I went to a Spoons. Now I've not been to this one before. This is the Spoons, which is near the Snow Dome. There's like a little shopping mall there as well, and as it was Thursday, it was Curry Thursday, so I went for the chicken vindaloo with the Naga chili sauce. Now I've only had this twice before, so the first time I had it was when I was in Beccles last year in the Spoons, and then I had it last month when I was in Lowestoft, and honestly it blows you away. It's don't get me wrong, the Spoons, it's not the best curry in the world, but it's not bad. And this one is so hot. I think it's the hottest curry I've ever had in my life. I always get a vindaloo, but this takes a mick. And also, thank goodness they had, because I never have mango chutney. I always moan about it. They never have it. Beccles, they managed to find me one sachet. Lowestoft had nothing. But they've got the squeezy bottles. It was great, so I was proper enjoying my poppadoms. So yeah, this is great, and I never get a chance to go to the Spoons. He says, "Oh, this is a brand new one," and I went to a brand new one. If you follow me on Instagram, went to a brand new one in Hitchin when I was doing a treasure hunt tour of Hitchin. Absolutely fantastic. I had a full English there. But yeah, highly recommended. I'd give that 10 out of 10, but I'd be careful if you're going to have the Naga chili vindaloo. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Definitely visit Houghton House if you get a chance. As I said, it's free to get in. Opens at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's never really many people, especially this time. Well, the end of the summer. Now it's autumn. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. I really enjoyed it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care, and also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.